Good morning and welcome to a day in the life of a game developer and part-time something. Part-time worker? But no, I haven't thought of a title yet. I get up way too early for my family. I'm gonna work on a game, and I'll explain that over voiceover. Here's what I'm making. I don't have work today, so I have a couple of hours to create map pieces for this project. The purpose of the project itself is to get out a mobile game and make some advertisements for it. I'll be using it as a testing ground to see if advertising games is a viable way to bring in ad watchers. Players.
Hello, I like money.
The way this game works is that the player is meant to find his way down a procedurally generated tower that has difficulty increasing with the player's score. The player moves along the faces, and the map is made of biome-themed chunks.
To compensate for
I used the time to make some textures for some chunks. As you can tell, they belong in the Louvre right beside the Sphinx and the Mona Lisa. Absolutely perfect pieces of art. It's a fairly standard high score beater with what I feel is a unique mechanic. I quite like. Oh yeah, and the player's movement is controlled by swiping in 4 directions. What am I doing? Alright. I also need to come up with enemies to put in the desert and the city. So far I've only got a car, and there's also a windmill that I stole from that asset pack. If you have suggestions for some platformer enemies, please let me know. I am running out of ideas. Today I don't have work, so I'm going to go off surfing. Who cares that it's August? I live in Australia, which means that's cold, you Americans. And take a little cousin with me. So, I'll see you on the other side. Good afternoon. I have a little bit of time to work on the game, so I'm going to open up Trello and see what needs doing next. I've made a difficulty selection system inside of this game, and at the time of release I want to have 10 of these chunks for each of the 5 difficulty settings. I suppose that will be enough variety for long-lasting entertainment, and for now, I don't have the enemies to fill out these map chunks. So I really just spent all of that time looking at tutorials. I needed to figure out how to implement ads into the game, and also like a pause menu so that when the player dies or when the player presses the pause button, the game freezes. And I've done this before, but I needed the refresher. I didn't get anything done per se, though I found some learning resources I need, and I can tell they'll be easy enough to implement. Those are famous last words, my friend. I don't know why that's ChatGPT's voice, but... Hello. I'm about to watch a show with a friend. The day is done. It's probably going to turn out to be a weird video, and maybe a bit informative. I'll edit it together and I may not upload it. But you're watching this, so I uploaded it. Peace. Thank you for watching. It's been a good little day. Surfing was painful. I'm going to be waking up with bruises.